Mm.
Mm,
Mm.
mm, mm, mm.
Welcome back to another
Motivational
day.
Monday. So, what's today's topic?
Man, today's topic is finding the lesson in the chaos. Okay,
Mm.
finding the lesson in the chaos. We all go through chaos. You will go through chaos. You're going through chaos. What's the
Mm.
lesson, and how do you identify that lesson?
Mm. Mic drop. Mic
My
drop. Mic drop.
drop.
Okay, go in here. Mic drop. Let's see. Let's see if it gives you the sound effect. Mic drop.
Yeah, first, like, what are you going through? What chaotic situations are you going through? And what lessons, regardless, even whether it's chaotic or not, what lessons are you taking from the entire situation to make you better, to allow you to grow, to provide you a space or mindset for you to improve in order for you to navigate that space the most constructive way possible.
So the biggest thing is how do you find a lesson in the midst of everything?
Mm,
So most of the time we're like, oh, there's always a lesson, but how do you identify it, right? How do you
true.
find the
That
lesson?
is true.
So for me, it's the thing that dawns in my mind that helps me become the best version of myself. For i.e. example, right now, a lesson that I'm learning is that, and I've been kind of learning this lesson throughout various seasons.
Mm,
You can't be the same version that you were before and expect something different to happen with this new season, new life that is going on, right? You
mm-hmm,
have to become that version that you want to become.
mm-hmm.
Like either you're going to become that version or you're going to stay in the back. Like you're going to keep doing the same thing you're doing. You're not going to become it.
Yeah.
So to me, it's been becoming that version. And then now what habits did I have in the past that I needed to change to become that version of me? So that's a lesson for me. And how I was able to identify that was a dawning thing that just kept in the back of my mind. Like, oh shoot, okay, this habit wasn't working. Well, then that means you have to change your habits because your habits lead to what? The lifestyle, and
Mm-hmm,
your habits eventually show you your future. They say that all the
mm-hmm.
time.
Yeah.
So the little lesson, it might not be a lesson that like a new lesson that you never heard of before, or your motivational speaker hasn't said it yet until next week, or the pastor hasn't said it till next week, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's that thing that you already know some kind of phrase of that life lesson and that's been prevalent in your life. And then it comes into fruition. You're like, oh, that's what that means,
Mm-hmm.
right? And also another thing to look at is like signs. Like God will give you signs, right? When you're not looking for the lesson, he'll give you subtle signs in your life, right? Like
Yeah.
you might be listening to a preacher and the preacher's telling you, all right, it's time to start moving. It's time to start getting up. It's time to start doing what you need to do. It's time to start, etc. Right? So a lot of the lessons, all you have to do is open up these two things and sometimes close this one thing. Okay. It says that we're given 2 ears to listen and one mouth, right? So it's to be quick to listen, slow to speak, and even slower to anger, James
Yeah.
1:19. And that's prevalent in how you hear lessons. Most of the time we're trying to do this rather than how do you know a lesson's happening here, right? When you're in a classroom, you can't talk to hear what the teacher's about to teach you. You have to listen
Yeah.
and then apply it. So most of the time, because they're hidden, is because usually we're not being still enough to listen.
Yeah.
But if we sit in reflection, we'll kind of figure out, oh shoot, all these things were happening and they'll all combine together for that lesson or
Mm.
multiple lessons, right?
Mm.
Because most of the time it's multiple lessons
Yeah.
and different venues. So identifying is very important.
Yeah.
And then what do you do with the identification?
It's
Hence,
taking the step to actually apply it, right?
mm-hmm.
The application process got to come in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So, as always, be great, be awesome.
Be the best you at everything that you do. Thank you guys for watching and have an amazing week. We got you
Yes.
guys on the other side.
We truly appreciate the support. Thank you.
Boom.